All of the following events occurred on the same day, Wednesday, January 9th, 2019, between 2:43 and 4:07 p.m., a total duration of 1 hour 24 minutes. On Wednesday, January 9th, I had a problem connecting my iPhone camera to Facebook. I called the Facebook helpline to help me fix this. The representative who answered this call told me his name, but I am clueless as to what he said. He had a heavy accent and spoke in broken English. His name was difficult to understand. I will refer to him as Mr. Khan. I attempted to explain that my iPhone camera would not sync with Facebook. He quickly determined the problem could be fixed by changing my Facebook password. I have experience with computers and know that syncing devices have nothing to do with your security password. It was a strain to understand his English or his logic, but he sent me the email links to change my password. And since I thought the suggestion was nonsense, I never bothered to open these emails. Mr. Khan told me my iPhone needed an iOS upgrade. He stated that he could download this upgrade to my iPhone, but informed me that Apple had put a block on my account for an unpaid bill of $200. He stated the block prevented him from downloading this upgrade. I did not owe Apple $200. I asked about the charges, but Mr. Khan was flippant and unspecific. I continued to press him further. I repeatedly asked him to break down the $200. Then he said that $73 was for iTunes and $127 was for a dating site. I have never used iTunes or a dating site. I began to get irritated and annoyed at repeated allegations of me using this dating site. I told him I would straighten out this bill with Apple. Then he insisted there was no need to contact Apple. He said he could accept payment. Then he offered to settle for $100. I sensed that Mr. Khan was pulling these numbers out of thin air. So then I got flippant. Out of thin air, I accused Mr. Khan of owing me money. Then I suggested he pay the bill from the money he owed me. To this, he took offense. The conversation had gotten nasty and ended in a hostile tone. I reported this to Apple. Apple confirmed there were no charges on my account. Mr. Khan's assertions of charges were fraudulent. 23 minutes after the unpleasant conversation with Mr. Khan, I began to get Facebook messages from various people on my friends list. They were responding to messages that I had sent them. These messages were extremely offensive. These messages were coming from my account, but were not sent by me. It appeared my account had been hacked. I also noted that these posts were written in bad English. At 3:23, while I was explaining to my cousin that my account had been hacked, suddenly the hacker burst into our conversation. Then he threatened my cousin. He said, "And I will hack yours too." I was amazed to see a third party using my Facebook account. Then I discovered a mysterious program had been downloaded onto my iPhone. It showed up as M. Then the program identified itself as MPal, your chat assistant. I never downloaded this program. I never needed any assistance in chatting on Facebook. Wikipedia reports on this program. is called M, Virtual Assistant, by Facebook. Wikipedia describes virtual assistants as chatbots. This app allows a third-party human to take over Facebook chats, unbeknownst to the user. This program was discontinued in January of 2018. It is no longer available for download. However, on January 9th, this chat assistant was downloaded onto my iPhone. Timeline 2:43. I first called the Facebook helpline. The call had a duration of 16 minutes. 2:46. Mr. Khan sent me the password link that I never requested or used. 2:47. Mr. Khan logged into my account without my authorization. He used the confirmation code that was generated by his password link. 2:59. The phone call with Mr. Khan ended. 3:22. The obscene messages began. 3:23. The hacker enters a Facebook conversation as a third party. 4:07. The obscene messages continued. From 3:22 to 4:07, a total of 44 minutes, the hacker continued posting from my account, apparently with no regard for Facebook security. No sophisticated hacker would hit a company like Facebook for the purpose of attacking my friends list. There are 3 reasons to accuse Mr. Khan. Number 1, Mr. Khan is the only person that had the ability to download to my iPhone. He was employed by Facebook at their help desk. Number 2, Mr. Khan is the only person who would have access to Facebook's virtual assistance program. This app had been discontinued by Facebook and is no longer available at the app stores. And number 3, Mr. Khan is the only person that had access to my confirmation code. Mr. Khan used the confirmation code that he had generated to log into my account. As the result of Mr. Khan's actions, I have been blocked and alienated by friends and family. I am 63 years old. The loss of these lifelong relationships has caused me distress and hurt.